Hello everybody and welcome to the NRSL MLP Cup Series. We're here live at North Carolina's famous Freeway for the running of the Equestria Girls 500. On the pole today it is the 16 of Jonathan Skibnicki. On the outside is the 2 of Dylan Young. And starting third is the 9 of George Rourke, and fourth is the 33 Connor Smith. Starting fifth is the 24 Charles Sanford, and sixth is the 17 Kyle Beck. Starting 7th is the 10 of Eli Sachs, and 8th is the 56 DJ Curtis. Starting 9th is the 13 Henry Nova, and running up the top 10, the 12 of Dion Scott. And now without further ado, let's hear those famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
Cars are rolling off the track right now. Just 4 races left this season. I promise you this is the last new track we're going to. Not really promising racing comes out of this, but I'm going to try to make it as good as possible. Make it look like it was intense, so you'll probably want to stick around and watch. So it's Jonathan Skibnicki leading the field. 32 laps here at Freeway. And we'll keep an eye on the leaders all day today. So here we go. Green flag is out. We're underway at Highway, at Freeway. We're underway at Freeway. Whoa, what a start by the 16. Right off the bat, he just went off. Yeah, he just went off like that, very quickly. And everyone is separate as well, so this is why the racing's not that good. And the caution's out. And the caution's out for the first time today. And they're going to race it to the line. And Jacob Lawler has damage, so we'll get to that later. First, Skibnicki is not going to have a big lead right now. Going to have to wait for it until the right time is made. Had an excellent start, but that's all going to be washed away. Skibnicki leads as smoke is going through. Wow, a second and a half. That's incredible. Incredible start. Oh, and Scott Ferguson's also slow. There were 2 wrecks. Oh, there were 2 wrecks right off the start. There was a wreck in the near the start of the race. We ought to see what happened though. Let's see. Here's what happened. We'll have to get to the helicopter view. Look at that. 3 wide racing right off the bat, and Team Pony gets loose over Scott Ferguson. And then Ferguson, spun by Kyle Thomas, takes out James Shelley. Shelley comes in second in the points. Whoa, Dustin Ray slid up on pit road. Oh my goodness, there's no wall between pit road, so that's got to be dangerous. Brad Johnson, Scott Ferguson, and I also saw, Alex Rago slid up. Chris Washer might have gotten damage as well. He comes in as the points leader. That's how Lawler, I think, got damaged too. Oh man, big wreck, and top 2 points are involved. Oh boy, what a way to start off this race. Shelley spins out. He comes in second in the points. This could be critical of point standing right now. Wow. And Skibnicki and the others choose to pit. Oh, a spin between Brad Johnson and Jason Tross. What happened there? They were all twitching around. Something went wrong. I don't know what was going on back there. What happened with Jason Tross? We have to see. We have to take a look. Oh, they slowed down in front, and Tross was in the middle of it. Chris Washer desperately tries to go through, and Dustin Ray and Brad Johnson clips the 47. Oh my gosh. Wow. What a hit by the 48. So they're already wrecking all sides throughout. My goodness, they're wrecking even under caution. This is promising to be a pure wreck fest. And now let's try to get back under green. Jonathan Skibnicki pitted. Nick Parasols chooses to, well, Parasols I think came out first. Or either that or he chooses to stay out. And Skibnicki having a little problem here. Oh, I think he might be blowing up. I don't know what's going on with the 16. Stuck on the bottom for some reason. Oh, something must have gone wrong. Oh no, something's up with the 16. I'm not quite sure. I don't know why he's on the top of the line. I'm not sure at this point. Nick Parasols is ruled the leader. He is ruled the leader, so that counted. Eli Sachs, Team Pony, Jacob Lawler, Scott Ferguson are retired. Jason Tross, Brad Johnson, a lap down, and, well, they've just retired as well. Dustin Ray, he's going to get back in line. So Dustin Ray will keep on racing, albeit with a damaged car. And updates, Skibnicki will be second. Nick Parasols, I think, either stayed out or came out on pit road first. Well, we'll have to see, though. But anyway, we're going to get back under green here at Freeway, and it was a mammoth start here at the world-famous North Carolina Freeway, just miles away from Charlotte Motor Speedway. 4 races left, it's been clutch. Oh, by the way, Shelley will be 34th, Chris Washer's 31st. I wonder if Kyle Beck will take advantage, as Beck is in 24th, so he may take advantage of the miscue by those two. Green flag is out. We saw earlier Skibnicki had that rockin' start in the first lap. Oh, he's keeping, oh wow, he kept his cool. He's keeping it, and he's pulling away. Nick Parasols knows he's pulling away. Now Ryan Acosta, slow on pit road. And others are slow. And wow, Jonathan Skibnicki somehow keeping it close. Not really too far like it was before. We have another caution, and a spin happened. Oh wow, Tommy Simpson is hit. And Charles Roberts spins. Oh, a big wreck. Chris Washer was in it. And so was Kyle Beck. Sam Young spins. Seth Brown. Also, DJ Curtis. Oh my goodness. The point leader, Chris Washer's involved. Parasols lead to the caution flag. Oh my goodness. It was, wow. Chris Washer gets hit. Oh my gosh. What just happened? We have to see what just happened. Oh, it was a big wreck in the back. Let's see. Devin Whitston involved, and he's spun by Tommy Simpson. Hamill and Roberts also get into the mix. Oh, the 2 BK cars in spin. Sam Young and PJ Williams involved. Thankfully, there is a wall that blocks the start-finish line from this first quarter so that it doesn't impact on the race itself. Sam Young, Alex Ragow, Seth Brown, and there comes Chris Washer. Boom! Nowhere to go for the 5. Kyle Thomas and DJ Curtis involved. Sam Young went upside down. Ooh, upside down by Sam Young. That's got to be a big mark. And wow, a tough break for the 5. Comes in as the points leader. This could be trouble. And Shelley made it out, so will this impact on the lead? We're going to have to, well, it may impact on the lead. We will see. Parasols did not pit earlier, so that means that Jonathan Skibnicki will be getting his lead back. And drivers retired: Alex Ragow, Abby Sachs, Kyle Thomas, Tommy Simpson, PJ Williams, Kyle Beck, DJ Curtis. Oh no, Skibnicki having some, they came out of pit road. Oh whoa, we had an incident between Hamill. Ethan Hamill comes out smoking from that earlier wreck or something. It must have been something with Chris Washer. And they were trying desperately to avoid that. Their drivers sputtering in smoke all around the track. Oh my gosh. Already 21 drivers out of this race. Hamill's 2 laps down. Oh my. They have to clear that right now. They're going to have to get an extended period of caution. Parasol's wrecked. Parasol's wrecked. Oh my gosh. This is probably the biggest wreck fest you'll ever see in ages. Half the field is retired. We haven't even reached the halfway point yet. Hamill is 2 laps down and everyone is just smoking everywhere. And only about 15 drivers are in contention of the win. And because they're a lap down, oh boy, boy, boy. You gotta be careful, Dion Scott. Oh boy. And the pace car comes out. No, a pace car's not out. Williams and the other is trying to catch up to everybody else. This is a confusing mix-up, folks. Hopefully we can get this clarified by the start of this green flag period. We're supposed to start green at this point, and Scott will be down as a lapped car, so that's going to be a very big factor. Green flag is out again here at Freeway. Boy, this has got to be one of the biggest wreck fests ever. Oh, Skibnicki didn't get a good start. The damage in his car was already done. And now Michael White takes the lead. Unbelievable. Skibnicki's damage must have cost him the race. This was going to be a dominating day for him. Oh no, Charles Sanford's ruled the leader. Charles Sanford's the leader now. And I guess he passed White in the middle point. Caution's out. Caution is out for a spin again. Bigger wreck as Charles Roberts, Jonathan Thoman, and Tyler Thaber were involved. Oh my gosh. And that's going to take out more drivers. Even more drivers are going to be going home. Charles Sanford leads under caution, and he could finally get his first top 10 of the season at this point if he survives. That could be a benefit. Oh my gosh, this is a last man standing race, folks. You're seeing right here a complete wreckfest. No driver is safe. Oh my, this is going to be an interesting result should there not be too many cars left on the field. Here it is again. Oh, Sanford clipped, and yeah, Henry Nova hits the wall with the 27. The 9 got in it as well. Gabe Williams involved, and then the wreck happens in the front as Jonathan Thoman, Rohit Vaidarvu, Tyler Thaber get into the mix. A lot of smoke, a lot of tire stutter, a lot of smoke, a lot of tire marks rubbing all over the track. Robert tries to save it. Oh my gosh. All I can say, it's been a hell of a wreck fest, folks. And now Sanford and White are pitting under caution. So is Dylan Young. And they should, because all the debris is flying all over the place. No one is safe. Oh boy. Gabe Williams, I think, stayed out. I think Gabe stayed out. Yeah, he did. He did stay out. Nick Parasols, Tyler Thaber, Rohit Vaidarvu, Roberts are lapped down. They're still running, so Vaidarvu's retired, Thoman's retired, Roberts retired, Austin LaPlante has retired. Nick Parasols and Tyler Thaber are still in the race. They're a lap down. Dion Scott is possibly a lap down, but he's not ruled as such. So there's going to be 13 drivers competing for the win, and we finally reached the halfway point. This is a long race, and anything, and I mean anything, could happen. And of course, Thaber and Parasols and Scott will be on the bottom line on this restart. And Dion Scott will be ahead of the leader, Gabe Williams. So that's going to be a big impact. That's going to be a big factor in the lead We'll see if Williams can make it out alive. Green is out. He took care of Parasols, but what about his own teammates? And it's his own teammate not giving him love. He's just off. His own teammate is off. And here comes Sanford, and Sanford retakes the lead. That easy. Charles Sanford just retook the lead. Charles Sanford is the only driver, I think, without a top 10 this season. This will be his first ever top 10, and of all places it comes at Freeway. But he's got to deal with lap cars ahead of him, as all trying to get back in action. Nick Parasol, should a caution come out and not get wrecked, he could actually get his lap back. Gabe Williams closing in on the 24 halfway through the race. This could get interesting. We now only have 16 to go. And the first 16 laps, it was a complete wreck fest. Now, it could be a different story thanks to the cars that wrecked out. Williams just retook the lead, but Scott is holding him up, his own teammate. They're bumper to bumper, and they almost spin, pushes it below, and Williams loses the lead. Wow, no love for Penske Racing. Dion Scott couldn't even let his own teammate by. Unbelievable. All Dion Scott wanted was to get his lap back, and I don't know what he was thinking. Gabe Williams gets held up, and that allows Devin Winston to pull it within for second. And with this Freeway being a little tough for passing lanes to develop, that's a big mistake. And now Gabe Williams under pit road because of damage he had from the 12. Oh, tough break. That's going to give a huge lead over to Charles Sanford. Sanford has a 2-second lead over Devin Winston. Anything goes though. Lap cars could come up quick. Jonathan Skibnicki is one of them. One of those lap cars. And he's got Nick Parasols to deal with. The lap car of Nick Parasols. Should a caution come out, he could get his lap back. This could be a comeback. Nick Barney just made a move on Dion Scott, so now Scott's officially a lap down. Tyler Thaber is the only other one a lap down. Wait a minute, Parasols is not ruled a lap down. He's just lost in traffic. Williams is out of pit road, and I think he's probably gonna try to seek revenge against the 24. Oh, the 24, I thought he had a move on Parasols. If he moves him out, doesn't have to deal with it. Devin Winston, could he take advantage because he's just 2.5 seconds behind the 24. The defending champion has yet to win this season. He's yet to even get a top 5, as I mentioned earlier. No, I think he's yet to get a top 5 or top 10, whichever one. He's one of those two drivers without a top 10. No, he is the only driver without a top 10. I just remembered. So it was a tough season for the 24, and no way he's going to defend his crown, but he did well nevertheless. He tried his best. Parasol's pitting, and that means it's all clear sailing from here. Smooth sailing from here with 13 to go. But like I said, lap cars could come back. He could catch up to lap cars, if possible. Devin Winston is now second. Winston still trying to pull every draft he has, because this is going to be a long, long night. Like I said, Charles Sanford is the only driver this season without a top 10, and this will be his very first top 10 should he hang on. And this could be a win, so he could bet his first top 5 in a while. Comes in the standings, I think, low in the 40s somewhere, and he's going to try to make a big difference with this. Oh, he was thinking about pitting. He's pitting. He's pitting. I don't believe it. Charles Sanford's pitting. Devin Winston's the new leader. Well, we have 12 laps to go, so anything can happen, and I guess Sanford's pitting because, yeah, he's pitting. So I guess we'll never know, but Devin Winston, we do know he's the new leader. Oh boy, but Sanford, if he can hold on, he's ruled in 8th, so still plenty of time to get that top 10 if necessary. And also one of 2 drivers without a top 5, I forgot to mention. The other was Brad Johnson, Season 2 champion. Thought this was going to be a season of a battle between the past champions, but it turns out a huge disappointment. And they combine, I think, for 2 top 10s, I think. I think Whitston might be thinking of pitting. No, he's not going to pit right now. 11 to go for Devin Whitston. Devin Whitston has had a top 5s and close calls, but never was able to get a win this season. Now if he can hold off Michael White, he could get the win. Michael White, by the way, last won in a dominating fashion at Fright Night, so he's looking for his 2nd win of the season, looking to become the 4th driver to achieve the feat. Oh no, he's coming in. He's closing in on Whitston. He's closing in. Something may be wrong for Whitston, but he's trying to block him. I don't know, he must have lost a lot of the draft or something, and that allows Michael White to pull within reach. Nick Barney in 3rd, also not having his best season yet, and now Whitston's pitting. Whitston pitting, White's pitting, and so is Barney. And Jake Williams is pitting, and I don't know who the leader is. Every one of the leaders are pitting. Not sure who it is right now at this point. I think it may be going back to Sanford. It might go back to Charles Sanford. And that pitch strategy might have paid off. 9 laps to go. Whitston hit that mark. But we saw the entire rest of the field pitted, especially Austin Gipe. Dylan Young also pitted. 43 also pitted. These guys pitted. Whitston is out. Whitston just came out of pit road. Whitston just came out of pit road, so let me see who the leader is. It could be Alex Tanker. Could it be the 19? No, it can't be. Right behind. Kinda don't know who the leader is at this point. We'll have to wait until the score comes in. But we're looking at Charles Sanford. This could be the leader with 8 to go. It was a wreck fest in the first half of the race, and the second half it turned a little bit more calmer, more tamer. We've had different leaders because of pit stops, a massive load of pit stops, and now let's see if Sanford is going to be the leader. And it is Charles Sanford as your new leader, so he's retaken the lead. So he is assured that he would get at least a top 10 finish today if he can hold on. No challenge between the others. He is 4 seconds ahead of Devin Whitston. 4 seconds. So he could just coax his way onto there. Devin Whitston is in desperate needs of caution right now to even have a chance to catch up to the 24. Let's take a tour around the freeway with Sanford, by the way, on the main side. 2 straightaway, they're long, and the other turns are the ones that make the huge difference. Here's the first right turn. We take a right down Higgins Way. And then the second turn ahead, and this is where the difference, one of the difference makers comes in. Go straight ahead, another long straightaway, and near there is the start finish line. The other drivers making their passes. Then to make another right down to Pete Reton Ray, I think, and down the little S curve. And the second turn, pretty much the same everywhere. And then they go down the final straightaway. That's the start finish line. That's your tour of Freeway. Look at those cars passing by. And I just want to slow down a bit to see where we are. Robert Huggins Speedway. We go down Robert Huggins Speedway, as mentioned earlier. And then we go ahead down another, the first straightaway. Look at all those cars passing by. It's one of the few tracks you can see cars passing by. And then the second one is called Pete Reston Broker Lake. So those are the street names if you're curious to know. A 5-second lead over Devin Whitston. No one's pulling a chance on the 24 with 6 to go. Oh, I thought I saw a three-wide battle. Gabe Williams in pitting again. Gabe Williams pitting again. He's had struggles today. Oh, and this could be a sign. It could have to pit again. This could be interesting. And all those were tired. That leaves only 13 on the lead lap. Anyway, 3 races left this season. I just want to remind everybody that after the season we're going to have our Pokemon in Ponypalooza. I haven't set up how many drivers are in the field, but we do know the top 10 drivers in the MLP Cup standings and the top 10 drivers in the PCS standings back from Season 4, and both of those from Season 4 will go on to race. And the others, I think I might have LCQs. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have them yet. We'll have to see. And then after that, I think I might have Pokemon Cup Series signups next week. Somewhere around this week or next week. I'm not sure, but I'll let you know when signups are going to be held. If signups haven't already been held already. Because I'm doing this way ahead right now, ahead of everybody else. Five to go, a 5-second lead for Charles Sanford. And I got nothing else to say, but this freeway track, yeah, I wouldn't want to go back to this track ever again after this race. Well, at least I made it interesting to have more wrecks in it so that it could become a little bit more interesting and watchable, because when I test this track out, it really wasn't having great racing. I did say earlier that it didn't have too much good racing to write home about, but I did the most of it and turned it to a wreck fest so you can have at least any unpredictableness going on. But it all revolves around Charles Sanford today. And no one's getting a challenge on him, a 6-second lead, unless if something goes wrong for the 24. Could pull away with just 3 more laps to go. Boy, has this been a wreckfest race. First half it was a wreckfest. The second half it was a domination by Sanford. It may not be this case. He's pitting again with 3 to go. Oh no, he's pitting again. Now the leader is Michael White. Look at that. Michael White made the move for second. Oh my gosh. We have another set of pit stops. This is going to be about a fuel mileage race, isn't it? Oh my gosh. This is going to be a fuel mileage race all the way. And Sanford lost that battle. Just so close of getting that first top 10 of the season, and it probably will go up in smoke unless if they all pit. Well, I didn't even see this coming. I thought they already took their pit stops already earlier, but apparently that was only one. Now they got to do another one. I guess this is a fuel and tire guzzler like the tracks previous beforehand. And I don't think White's going to stay out. White might think about pitting. No, they're going to stay out with 2 more laps to go. 2 to go for Michael White. Could he get his second win of the season? Dion Scott is out of pit road. This could be a chance for White to get his second win of the season and become the 4th driver to win multiple races this season. Could he be a factor in the championship with James Shelley and Chris Washer struggling? Whitston looks like he may have a chance. Whitston is going to be trying to close in. Sanford is still in 9th, so it's top 10 still in contention. Oh no, the 31's approaching the 19. Lap toward the 19. A little slow there as, look at this, Nick Borney makes the move for 2nd. And Michael White is going to stay out for one more lap. The white flag will be out with 1 to go. The second half was dominated by Charles Sanford, but he had to pit early. He had to pit with just a few laps left. He's still in 9th, still a chance for that first top 10 this season, but he would have loved to gone back to victory lane. Unless if anything goes wrong, Michael White is approaching the lap carb tanker, Nick Barney in 2nd, and now White's going to take care of the 19, but the question is, will he pit? Will he make it? Here we go off the final corner for the final time, the final 2 turns. Oh, he's not going to pit, and I don't think he's thinking about pitting. No, he will not. And off the final turn, Michael White, in a surprising fashion, is going to win at Freeway. And let's see where Charles Sanford finished, because if he finishes in there, he'll get his first top 10 of the season. And now Sanford goes off that final corner. I don't know where he's going to be finishing at. We'll have to check as he just crosses the start-finish line. He had to pit early for some reason, and unfortunately he couldn't get the win, but he finishes 9th, I think, so it's official. Charles Sanford will get his first top 10 of the season. And now that leaves and now every driver has at least one top 10 this season, so we finally reached that mark with just 3 races left in the regular in the season. Overall, not there won't be a playoff, so I say regular season. We'll get to the standings right now. I mean the official results, then the standings. The official results, then the standings. So Michael White, he becomes the 4th driver to win multiple races this season. What a win for him. Good strategy, and he survives Freeway to take the win. Nick Barney will be 2nd after passing Devin Winston in the final position. And then Jake Williams will be 4th. Tommy Heinrich gets a 5th. Austin Geib 6th. Connor Smith 7th. Dylan Young 8th. Charles Sanford 9th. And Gabe Williams in 10th. Yep, there's Sanford finishing 9th, so it's official. He does get his first top 10 of the season. And here's the rest of the field that wrecked out, that didn't make it to Freeway. Heavy traffic at Freeway, but Michael White was able to breeze through and collect the win. Point standings coming up right now. So here are your point standings after Freeway. There really wasn't any change in the top 2. I thought they would be, but not really. James Shelley pulls within 19 points into Chris Washer. Washer's still the points leader. Still going to be 3 races left. Anything could happen. Michael White, after his win, moves up to 3rd in the standings. He could be a factor if Bristol should Dover go well with him. Henry Nova, George Rourke in the top 5. Kyle Beck moves down to 6th. Jonathan Thoman up to 7th. Brian Acosta down to 8th. Jake Williams moves up to 9th, and Dylan Young moves up to 10th. But the biggest move of the race was Devin Winston. That top 5 finish was the first in a while for him. He gets up to 20th in the points. The biggest loser was Scott Ferguson, went 9 positions down to 34th, ending his possible chance of winning the title. And Charles Sanford, he does get his first top 10 of the season. Every driver now at least has one top 10 this season. But now Sanford and Brad Johnson, the only 2 drivers without a top 5. So that's also the matter. We have that matter. We never know what happens. So anyway, the next race will be at Dover. Dover International Speedway. This is the 2013 revamped version, and I hope, unlike California, it doesn't become boring for you. So I'll make it as fun as possible. I'll make the monster as deadly as possible. So we'll see. Anyway, 3 races to go. Hope you guys will stick around. We'll see you later.